Hello, Center for Effective Living Community. A question that I've been getting recently is, how do we manage the tension of taking care of our self and our needs, our self-care needs, as well as working, our professional needs, and taking care of our personal and family needs, right? Because there are competing demands at the moment, right? As to, we've only got so much bandwidth, right? And everything has escalated right now. So here's what I would suggest we could do. There's a difference between perceived support and actual support. And what we think is support may not necessarily be what someone else thinks is support. So that's my first principle. Check in with the people around you and actually ask them, what do you need? Because we may be thinking that they need food or companionship or encouragement, but they may actually not be needing those things. Hi there, thanks for watching. So the first thing I would suggest is you check in on what they actually need. Don't assume that what you need to do right now is anything until you've asked someone, because they may just say, just this phone call or just this message was enough to actually get me through the next couple of days, right? So check in with what people actually need. The next thing I would suggest is that there are actually, hopefully my brain will be able to remember this, but there are 5 different ways that we can extend care, 5 different ways. And what you can do is to actually circulate those different types of care depending on where you're at yourself, depending on what people need, and depending on how much time you have. So the first kind of care is practical care. Practical care would be the sorts of things where if you've got a spare toilet roll, I had a conversation with, I don't remember who now, I'm so sorry, but it was a fantastic idea that if you have a surplus of toilet paper at the moment, putting a little Easter egg on it and giving it to a neighbor or leaving it at their door, right? So practical care. Ways that we can be delivering groceries or doing a shop and a half or dropping off a meal at someone's door, because practical care is really what they need and what you can do at the moment. There's practical care. There's informational care. Oh boy, this is a big one, right? How many of us are getting spammed right now by incorrect information? Informational care could be that if someone's on your mind and you come across a piece of information that is valid, that is factual, that is helpful, a Pinterest post, or something informationally helpful, that could be a way to care for someone as well by giving them information. Companionship. That's a little hard to do right now, but companionship care could be where we're actually spending time with people online via Zoom or a phone conversation. I'm returning to that at the moment. Phone conversation, but companionship. You know what? You could even watch a DVD together. Share your screen over the computer. A couple of things that my pen pal and I from America, we reunited some time ago, and she and I actually sat down and had a cuppa and had a conversation while we were actually having a cuppa. So there's companionship care that you can offer someone. Emotional care. Now this is the one that we probably feel like we've got to jump in, but that might not be what someone needs. If you have someone who's saying, you know what, I actually really need is a listening ear, right? Emotional care, you don't have to fix or do anything. There's a concept that we call joining. Just being able to be present and listen and attend and be a witness to someone's struggle can be a very meaningful thing, where we're able to actually just say, I'm here, I'm listening. Say what you need to say without feeling like we need to fix it. So emotional care. Then comes belonging care, right? Belonging care is probably something that we provide to the people in our immediate circles, our family and our close friends. And that's just a way of actually being able to say, look, I'm still thinking of you. I'm still, though we are far apart, we belong to one another. And I did a bit of belonging care today. I was really quite aware that, you know, there are a group of people that are very important to me. And so on my way to work, I just did a couple of phone calls, which just says, hey, I just wanted to call, leave a voicemail. Excuse me. I've got my asthma still. Or a way of just touching base and saying, we're in it together. A voicemail, a message, a card even. We're sending out some cards as well. To say to people, you belong, we're part of a tribe and you're important to me. So when you're feeling overwhelmed, sometimes we can actually just jump on one way of caring and just go boom, 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 boom. It may not be A, what people need. So check in with what people need. B, you don't have to just care in one way. There are 5 different ways that you can reach out and care for the people around you when you've got competing demands. I hope that was helpful. Take care.